With travel restrictions lifted and the continuing of the pandemic, holiday travel could be complicated. I'm Felicia Priego. I have the story coming up.
Parents are expressing their concern about the new available Pfizer vaccine for children between the ages of 5 and 11. I'll tell you more about it here on Campus Connection.
Gas prices in Southern California are steadily rising. In Long Beach, it can be as expensive as $5 per gallon.
A vaccine mandate takes over California.
All this and more coming right up. Welcome to today's show. I'm Nadia Ramos.
And I'm Natalie Lopez, and you are watching Campus Connection.
Holiday travel season intensifies as airports are expecting to be busier than previous years. Campus Connection Felicia Priego has the story.
Holiday travel could be more tricky this year than it was before COVID, as we have to be aware of more factors.
We have to be conscious of where COVID stands in the communities where we live and where we plan to visit. We have to remember to pack and wear masks to wear at the airports and on airplanes where they're federally required. We have to be prepared.
Most of the airlines have brought back all their personnel that were on furlough during the pandemic. Mostly pilots and flight attendants are required to go to a recruiting training.
So the good news is that airlines are bringing back these furloughed workers. The bad news is not all the furloughed workers are back yet on duty. Almost all should be back on duty by the end of the year.
Some airlines, like United and Southwest, are offering incentive referrals to their employees and have raised their minimum wage salaries.
Airlines are hiring new workers, and they're telling me that they're actually seeing a lot of people apply for many of these jobs. United Airlines just had more than 20,000 people apply for a few thousand flight attendant jobs.
American Airlines is hiring to replace personnel that retired during the pandemic.
No, yes, we're getting more people to make up for all the people that retired, because American Airlines gave out what they call golden parachutes, retirement package deals, and so a lot of people did take advantage of those. So that's why we had the shortage.
There is weather complications. Bad weather forced cancellations in October.
And so what we saw happen in October with Southwest Airlines and more recently with American were relatively small and even benign weather events cascading into massive operational problems that led to days of canceled and delayed flights, thousands of flights canceled, hundreds of thousands of people affected.
But last week, the U.S. lifted an international travel ban, opening the door to more than 30 countries after 19 months.
Pretty strict. You have to have a COVID test within 24 hours of leaving the country or coming into the United States. So we got up at 5 o'clock and drove to Cancun Airport and got a rapid test and then got on our flight.
Some travelers are prepared ahead to comply with the restrictions.
I'm wearing a mask on the airplane just for everyone's safety and to just be a good sport about it.
All airline employees must be vaccinated before January 20, 2022. Airlines are making progress in adding more flights for the Thanksgiving peak. Same thing would apply at Christmas time, the first 2 weeks of December, when demand will be softer. Reporting from Long Beach Airport, Felicia Priego, Campus Connection.
The CDC approves a Pfizer vaccine for children ages 5 to 11. Jada Knight shows us how parents feel about the new approval.
After the FDA authorized emergency use of the Pfizer vaccine for the younger age group of children, the CDC voted unanimously to allow kids 5 years and up to get vaccinated. Pfizer says the dosage for 5 to 11-year-olds is 1/3 smaller than the adult vaccine. It's a kid-sized dose for a kid-sized immune system.
I am a little bit worried, but I trust that it is safe if it's going to be released to the public.
I believe that they don't need it because the COVID does not hold in children that young. So really, they should be waiting until they're adult. and then it should be their option as an adult and not mandated.
According to the CDC, children ages 5 to 11 are at risk for COVID-19, with factors such as contracting and transmitting the virus in school and household settings.
Is it more dangerous, their side effects, considering their little bodies and their little immune systems compared to our harder, stronger immune systems?
Yale Medicine says the smaller dosage is just as effective for the kids as the regular vaccine for adults. Felix says she and her family prayed for a vaccine since the start of the pandemic and plans to get her 9-year-old son, Luis, vaccinated.
My son has temporal asthma, so I wanted to protect him above all. And my mom had a surgery that kind of weakens her immune system, so I wanted to protect her.
The CDC says children ages 5 to 11 have the most cases of multisystem inflammatory syndrome after getting COVID-19. Among those children, 9 have died. Since January 2020, 94 children 5 to 11 years old have died from COVID-19. According to the city of Long Beach, nearly 44,000 of its residents are between the ages of 5 and 11. Of those children, over 3,000 of them have been infected with COVID-19. In Long Beach, I'm Jada Knight, Campus Connection.
Have your vaccination cards ready because Los Angeles is requiring proof of vaccination for indoor venues. The city of Los Angeles is requiring people over the age of 12 to show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test in order to visit places like restaurants, gyms, malls, movie theaters, and concerts. People who are unvaccinated because of religious or medical reasons can still show proof of a negative COVID test, but it must be taken within 72 hours before entering an indoor venue. People who are unvaccinated for other reasons can still use the outdoor areas of the venues. Venues that are not implementing the new vaccine verification requirement by November 29th can be issued a citation and a second violation resulting in a $1,000 fine. Proof of vaccine can include a hard or digital copy of your vaccination card. Even a photo of it on your phone is acceptable.
Gas prices in Southern California are at their most expensive in 7 years. Reporter Sophia Johnson has more on that story.
Gas prices are rising to as much as $5 per gallon, and it looks like they'll keep rising.
And I got a V8. I like to race, so I'm racing through my paycheck.
The higher price of oil is also raising the cost of heating your house, which will affect many lower-income families this winter.
Ridiculous. I used to fill up with 40 bucks. Now I'm feeling like 3/4 of the way there, so it's a little, it's a little high.
The demand for gas was low during the height of the pandemic as many employees were working from home. Now, as more and more people are returning to the office and travel is opening up again, that demand continues to rise. Gas prices in LA County are up $1.40 from last year, and the cost of heating your house could increase by 30% compared to last winter's prices. But Long Beach locals are still planning for holiday travel.
I love to travel, and I'll travel kind of no matter what, and I'll just budget a little bit more for gas.
Traveling across the country for Christmas, and it is what it is. It's just a little bit extra of the budget, that's all.
Experts say the price of gasoline could continue to increase 45% by June of next year. The Biden administration is currently making efforts to lower those gas prices. Sophia Johnson, Campus Connection.
Stay tuned when we come back. LBCC parking program is allowing homeless students to sleep in their car on campus.
Cal State Long Beach termination, the Beaches volleyball coach.
Another drought in California, all that and more coming up.
As of this month, Long Beach City College has started a pilot safe parking program for its students. Reporter Juliana Bingham took a look into what the program does and how it could possibly benefit other schools.
For many students, Long Beach City College is a place to take classes and learn. But for some, it is a safe place to sleep at night. The community college has put a new parking program in place for students who are experiencing homelessness, allowing them to leave their cars in a secured parking structure overnight, 7 days a week.
It's not like it's, full on housing, but it's at least for the kids who are living in their cars, at least it's somewhere safe to sleep at night without having to worry about someone walking up to you, because like I said, the garages would be locked down at night.
LBCC's website states that participating students will be case managed by staff to help them find more long-term housing. The goal is to make an already exhausting situation more manageable while working toward housing stability.
Hopefully these students really do well in this new environment, like in this improved environment for them, and hopefully the program kind of takes off from there. I know it's like, yeah, we could be starting off better, but I mean, I think it's a good place to start at least.
Through the Safe Parking program at Long Beach City College, students will have access to restrooms, showers, and Wi-Fi while leaving their cars in a parking structure like this one overnight.
LBCC students are not the only ones who see the benefit of this program. When told about the program, one Cal State Long Beach student could see the potential for it to spread to other campuses.
I really like the program. I feel like they could be doing more, obviously, but one thing that I think a lot of people overlook is there's 24/7 security always going around campuses. And that was my biggest thing while sleeping, was feeling alone, feeling scared, worried about where I wanted to go.
The Chancellor of California Community Colleges conducted a survey of 50,000 students last year, where it was discovered that 37% faced housing insecurity, while 18% reported being homeless.
And the reality is we can't afford to get what we got as it relates to the issue of homelessness and the housing affordability crisis in this state. We have to do things radically differently.
A community college has a lot to do with the city, with the state, just how everything is ran, where it's not just a community college that needs to step up. There's a lot of people that need to step up. That means the community that, is around.
The Safe Parking program is eligible to any currently enrolled students at LBCC who are experiencing homelessness and is welcome to those students from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. Juliana Bingham, Campus Connection.
It's that time of year again, the time to give back. But what about those who dedicate their time to helping people year-round? Reporter Sarath Cornelio has the latest in food banks for local communities.
While some are celebrating this season of giving thanks with a big feast, others are still struggling to make ends meet. This is where organizations such as Help Me Help You make a difference. Help Me Help You was established in 2004 with a mission to increase access to food, public benefits, and economic security. The Museum of Latin American Art in Long Beach hosts this event every second and fourth Friday of every month.
There's so many different people out there that need. We are an organization that are going to be there week in, week out. We have people that come to us every week that we're at a location.
According to the United States Department of Agriculture, more than 38 million people, including 12 million children, are food insecure. The Food Pantry program helps make a difference by feeding more than 1,000 residents every week. Residents have access to delicious and nutritious food in several LA County locations.
This organization is important because we are reaching people that have a definite need.
To receive free groceries, there is no need for registration, identification, or proof of income. Anyone who needs food is welcome to take it home. To find out more information, visit helpmehelpyou.org. Sarah Cornelio, Campus Connection. Back to you at the studio.
Thanks, Sarath. Southern California air regulators approved new restrictions on oil refineries and other factories that could help remove tons of smog-forming pollutants from the air. The new restrictions will limit harmful emissions and is expected to immediately benefit air quality. Especially for those living near factories, experts are expecting that these new rules will help avoid 370 premature deaths and more than 6,000 asthma attacks.
If you've noticed the signs on the freeways that say conserve water, yes, you guessed it, California is in another drought once again. 19 million people are under a drought emergency in Southern California as Governor Gavin Newsom pleads people to conserve their water use by 15%. Sources say the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California, a wholesaler to 26 local agencies that supply near 19 million people with water, declared a state of emergency last week. Weather conditions have become very dry in California. Not even an October rainstorm in Northern California could solve the drought. Last month, Governor Gavin Newsom expanded a statewide drought emergency, which authorizes the state water board to ban wasteful water uses like washing sidewalks and driveways.
We have to take a short break, but coming up,
the women's basketball team had their first game of the season.
And Night Market makes its debut in Long Beach.
And the newest Marvel film is faming harsh reviews.
You don't want to miss it, so stay with us right after the break.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Dad! Okay, here we go, throw it! Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
Women's volleyball has a new coaching staff. Now, Arlene, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Long Beach State's women's volleyball team hosted Cal State Northridge Matadors at the Walter Pyramid on Friday, November 12th. It's their 5th game with the new interim coach at the helm. Reporter Christian Vasquez has more on this story.
Amid a season of struggles and unmet goals, the Long Beach State women's volleyball team hosted the visiting Matadors of Cal State Northridge. Former assistant coach Sabrina Hernandez became the new interim coach. The Beach started out strong in the first set of the match, winning 25-18. The Matadors came back with a dominating second set, winning also 25-18. The Beach responded with a win in the third set, winning 25-17, and a near lopsided fourth set win to steal the match 3-1. Freshman middle blocker Cameron Bacon set a career-high 9 kills, and sophomore setter Tia Chaveria garnered a double-double, 32 assists and 14 digs.
Tonight, I think, was a great, gritty win. We kind of came out flat after winning the first, and so I got on the team a little bit, and per usual, they responded together.
The Beach have won 2 of their last 5 games since Hernandez took over the coaching duties.
The coaching change comes after Long Beach State Athletic Director Andy Fee released a statement on October 25th stating then head coach Joy Mackenzie Fieldbringer would be relieved of her duties.
In 5 years with Mackenzie Fieldbringer as head coach, the Beach went 47-61. This season, they faced hardships. Under Mackenzie Fieldbringer, the Beach sat at 3-7 in conference play. After taking over the position, Coach Hernandez set her goals immediately.
When the change happened, obviously we had a team meeting, and I asked the team, all I want from you guys is to play hard, play for each other, with each other. We're gonna fight and we're gonna compete.
The Beach's season is nearing its end as they faced off against UC Santa Barbara on Saturday, November 14th, winning the match 3-1. They have 4 games remaining in their season. Their final home game will be against UC Irvine on November 20th at the Walter Pyramid. The search for a permanent head coach continues as Long Beach State Athletic Director Andy Fee has yet to name a permanent head coach. Christian Vasquez, Campus Connection.
Long Beach State's women's basketball team opened up their season with an 80-61 victory on Tuesday night as they played the Biola Eagles at the Walter Pyramid. The women's basketball team has spent all preseason practicing and adjusting for this new season. The ladies' hard work showed at the season opener, having 4 players in double digits, including double-double from senior forward Maddie Udi. Udi-led Beach ended with 12 points, 10 rebounds, 3 steals, and 5 assists. Along with Udi, Jasmine Hardy also logged in 12 points with 5 rebounds and 3 steals. Beach led at the end of the first half with 15 points, leaving the score at 42-27. Although Beach won their first game of the season, they are determined to stay on top by working even harder.
Again, we still have to build. We're not exactly where we want to be yet, but keep building and then we'll get to where we want to get to.
King ended the game with 5 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. The Eagles tied the score twice but didn't have a chance to lead the game. Long Beach closed the first half with 14-2 run in the final 4 minutes. Beach came out the second half, put the highest lead in the game with 21 points. Beach continued to put off their offense in the fourth quarter with 19 of 17 field goals. Long Beach State will host Seattle Redhawks next on November 18th at 7 p.m.
Thanks, Arlene. The weekly night market is back in Long Beach. Reporter Berenice Montoya went out to see what it's all about.
The night market is finally back in Long Beach after being canceled in March of 2020 because of the pandemic. Local vendors, artists, and shoppers met this past Thursday for the third time since the closure. People find the night market to be a family-oriented place, and it allows the community to help support one another.
Markets are nice because it brings, the community together, and it brings people back out into their own communities and spending their money, within them, within their neighbors.
I don't know, sometimes it's good to come together as a community and just support people that you know.
Here at the Long Beach Night Market, you can expect to find vendors, live music, and of course the community coming together to support these local businesses. I myself got to buy these beautiful rings and gorgeous earrings, just a glimpse at the beautiful things that are here at the Long Beach Night Market. The night market is home to people from all over the county, but it is extra special to those who live in Long Beach, like CSUAB alumna Valentina Hanley.
It's awesome being back in Long Beach. I love the culture. I love how diverse it is. People are so welcoming. And doing this night market is just amazing. I get to see a lot of people that I actually went to school with.
The Long Beach Night Market meets every Thursday from 5 to 9 p.m. and is located on the promenade between 3rd and 4th Street. For Campus Connection, Berenice Montoya.
In entertainment news, reporter Noah Garcia is going to tell us about the latest box office hit and the controversy surrounding it.
Thank you, Nadia. It's been a busy week at the movie theaters. Marvel Studios has recently released their latest superhero film, Eternals, which has been receiving mixed responses from reviewers. Audiences are coming to theaters to watch the 26th entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This film surrounds a group of immortals who fights threats against humanity. The initial announcement was at the 2019 San Diego Comic-Con, and fans got to see who was playing what character, and the diversity in the cast was no joke. The Eternals are capable of fighting off any threat, but it seems to be losing the fight against the critics. Since the premiere on November 5th, people across social media have been using the film site Rotten Tomatoes' low score to criticize the film. According to the site, they gave Eternals a score of 46%, but the audience review stands at 80%. Before the film even hit theaters, people were giving it negative reviews, some criticizing the inclusion of minority characters.
I personally loved it, but like I said, when it came to the criticism, I don't read much about the movie itself, but rather the casting.
The cast of the Eternals film consists of actors of color, some of whom are representing members of the gay community and the deaf community. The idea of diversity has been a part of the marketing strategy, being brought up in interviews by those involved in the film.
It's ethical and important for them to have a diverse representation that reflects the real world that their audiences live in.
The film so far has made $175 million worldwide, despite being released during the COVID-19 pandemic and being banned. While many of us can go to the theaters and see the film ourselves, Saudi Arabia and several other countries are prohibiting the showing of the movie due to the LGBTQ romance involved. The film's Oscar-winning director, Chloe Zhao, has criticized her home country of China, barring the film from playing there as well. The future of this franchise seems to be up in the air, and whether or not its staying power in pop culture is eternal remains to be seen.
Thanks, Noah. I'm going to have to check that out for myself.
I know, it looks interesting. The opening of a new museum on campus.
Music and crafts coming up on Campus Connection.
Observe a domesticated human family in their natural habitat, known to their species as the backyard.
Hey, you think I should light it now?
I think it's good.
Yeah?
Oh dear, someone is about to burn a pile of debris that's too tall, which can start a wildfire. Wait, could it be? Blimey, it is.
It's Smokey.
It's Smokey Bear. What a legend.
Hey, it's Smokey. Sorry, it was too high. Right.
Watch as he astutely ensures that there's no wind, and how he removes some of the debris to create a smaller, safer burning pile.
No, you said make it bigger, baby. The bigger the better.
Take note of our fearless furry friend here, humans.
I appreciate it. Fist bump.
Watching you.
Smokey's done it again.
Bye, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. Now, if you've been on campus, you might have seen a new structure built near the business building. The Caroline Campagna Kleinfield Contemporary Art Museum at Cal State Long Beach recently finished the construction, adding 4,000 square feet to the site. The museum will have an art exhibition highlighting small local artists around the area, the new public spaces for students to study and make art. Public Affairs and Communications Specialist Amanda Fruta says she hopes the reopening will be special for everyone who attends by creating inclusive policies.
So we want everyone to feel welcome at the museum. So we are having not just evening and weekend hours, but also bright and dim and loud and quiet hours so that people that are neurodivergent in any way or want to feel more comfortable in our museum space.
To attend the special viewing hours, you can make appointments through their page on the CSULB website. The complex will also offer visitors different types of programs like poetry readings, performances, and panel discussions. The Art Museum will be open to the public on February 12th of the next year with no admission fee.
When walking through the campus this week, music can be heard from the University Student Union. The ASI invited students to come relax and take a break at the monthly acoustics in the plaza with crafts.
Today was our Meet the Senators event, so what we were doing is we were just sitting and introducing ourselves to our constituents. Also, we were informing them about the services and events that ASI provides. For future events, you can take a look at our website, which is asicsULB.org/go. There you can find all of the events for ASI as well as apply for any of our open positions. At the moment, we have vacancies for the College of Engineering as well as 2 Senator-at-Large positions.
Students here made crafts like basket weaving while listening to live music performances by Long Beach locals. Attending the event as well was the student government running their Meet the Senators event, where students were able to talk to and learn more about their plans for this year. Anyone who attended was given a coupon to the Carl's Jr. on campus for a free burger of their choosing. Make sure to check out the ASI website to keep up to date on on-campus events such as these. Basket weaving while listening to music? That sounds like fun.
It really does.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's show. I'm Natalie Lopez.
And I'm Nadia Ramos. We'll see you next time on Campus Connection.